Hey guys, this is the Splash Culture, and today we're going to be talking about how Disney CEO Bob Iger announced that they will be decreasing the spending on Marvel and Star Wars. He is arguing that overspending has created too many projects that have oversaturated and diluted the market and has decreased demand for these projects. So today I'm going to be talking about an article that will go over all of this. So this article by CNBC discusses Bob Iger making this announcement. As we can see, Disney is slowing down when it comes to making movies and TV series for its Marvel Studios and Lucasfilm franchises. And you can see him quoting, "You pull back not just the focus, but also a part of our containment initiative, spending less on what we make and making less." Earlier this year, Disney rolled out a broad reorganization of the business that included $5.5 billion in cutting costs, which $3 billion would be slashed from content excluding sports. Iger said Thursday a lot of decisions were made to prop up the company's flagship streaming service, Disney Plus, while also noting that Disney had some particular anime misses as well. Marvel is a great example of that. It had not been in the television business at any significant level, and not only did they increase their move of output, but ended up making a number of TV series, Iger said. Frankly, it diluted focus and attention, and that's very important, as we'll discuss that later. Earlier in the year, Bob Iger said that the company needed to assess how many sequels each character needs, as this is being told because a lot of the oversaturation of the market has caused too many sequels, too many X, Y, and Z, which caused not many people to be interested. And we can see this with Ant-Man and the Wasp, as it completely flunked and it was the sharpest decline in ticket sales from its opening weekend. We can also see here on Lucasfilm front, there hasn't been a Star Wars film in the theaters since 2019, and the company focused primarily on series such as Emmy Animation's Andor and Obi-Wan Kenobi for Disney Plus. And George Lucas's Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny completely bombed on the box office. Still, similar to Marvel, Lucasfilm has provided as well a revenue for Disney. But again, there's too much output in these lenses, and it's possible that it won't rule it out, Bob Iger said, and he added that licensing had been a part of a collection of models for traditional TV businesses and holding back content for their own platform. So the concept of supply and demand is important in the entertainment industry. Supply and demand plays a critical role in determining the success of franchises like Marvel and Star Wars. When Disney invests heavily in creating numerous projects under these franchises, it leads to an increase of supply of the content. This expansion may cater to existing fans, but there's a risk that demand for new content might not keep pace with the supply, potentially leading to an oversaturated market. Let's consider the context of Star Wars franchise. Over the years, Disney has released multiple Star Wars movies and TV shows, expanding the franchise beyond the original trilogies. This expansion, while exciting for some fans, can lead to an oversaturated if the audience feels overwhelmed with the sheer quantity of Star Wars content. As a result, some fans might lose interest, and newcomers to the franchise might find it difficult to catch up with the extensive lore. Let's just take a look at this photo right here. We see Taco Bell, Pizza Hut, McDonald's, and Grindr. This just shows that with an oversaturated market, not everyone wants all these different things. Like sometimes just having one simple fast food restaurant is able to bring back existing fans, create reoccurring customers. But instead, with all these different brands and franchises and TV shows and movies, customers and consumers they just don't know what to select, and it's becoming too diluted. I speak to this dilution due to an overspending and quantity over quality. Disney's decision to overspend and produce a large quantity of Marvel and Star Wars projects could potentially dilute the market. If Disney prioritizes quantity over quality, there's a risk that some projects may not meet the high standards that fans expect from these beloved franchises. This could result in negative reviews, decreased audience enthusiasm, and a decline in brand value. We exactly see this in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. Everyone thought this film was going to be amazing, super exciting, and so on, and everyone went, and it was a load of garbage. No one liked the film, and it just wasn't it. This was a classic example of an over dilution due to overspending and too much too much quantity over quality. And we can totally see this within Quantumania, She-Hulk, and this all the newer projects in Star Wars as well. So there is some potential to save Disney. For Disney, striking a balance between quality and quantity is essential to avoid a market oversaturation and dilution. Since Disney is reducing the spending, it actually helps these franchises of Star Wars and Marvel to spend their money more strategically, which creates more of a demand. It means they can deliver high quality content and decrease the oversaturation and increase the enthusiasm and engagement of fans while still exploring new storylines. This is important because dedicating resources to ensure the uniqueness and appeal of each project can prevent the perception that the market is oversaturated with the repetitive and uninspired content that we have seen much so much more recently. By focusing on high quality stories and bringing in high quality product and production is able to absolutely dominate in the box office. This is why shows like Top Gun Maverick and Oppenheimer are absolutely crushing in the box office because they are long, coherent stories with well crafted narratives and just so much effort and love goes into it. If Disney and Marvel wants and Star Wars want to thrive, they need to reduce the amount of shows coming out and try and pump in as much love and taking care into each story and show that comes out instead of just making it a nothing show.